Rivers and other water bodies have always been around us to provide us with many resources, but with that, we also get some bizarre creatures and horrific things in them. They keep their mysteries and nightmares hidden. Each day, a lot of things are dumped into rivers all across the world, and we have no idea what they are until the water wishes to unveil them. Today's video will contain horrifying creatures and things which are discovered in a river that shock the entire world, starting with one of the scariest water creatures, the river monsters. These unbelievably massive fish are some of the world's oldest and most magnificent species, and these fishermen can't believe their luck after catching one of these beasts. Sturgeons are ancient fish that have lived in the world's rivers for over 130 million years, and their sheer size demonstrates that they have been hidden in the deepest regions of our rivers for at least a couple of hundred years. The back-breaking sturgeon found in northeast China was about 10 feet long and weighed well over 700 pounds. Few people can claim to have seen such a massive fish up close because these monsters usually are quite good at hiding and evading capture. It's terrifying to stand next to a fish that appears like it might swallow a person whole, and we certainly wouldn't wish to be in the river with it. On the other hand, this massive sturgeon is one of the craziest things to ever be discovered in a river, and it'll make us think twice the next time we want to swim in one. Here comes another river giant, the Japanese salamander. Even though they appear like fish, the Japanese giant salamander is the world's third largest amphibian and a river guardian you don't want to come across. These creatures have hands, which makes them appear even more strange and creepy. They can weigh up to 55 pounds and measure nearly 5 feet in length. And it doesn't help that this already fierce creature is naturally aggressive. We wouldn't want to be around when one of these river giants appeared. They wake up and choose aggression, even though fighting these tough monsters would be a difficult step. However, these enormous beasts today are an endangered species, and Japanese officials are doing all possible to safeguard the few that remain. Their remaining habitat destruction is one of the primary concerns in natural places. They are not able to live and are becoming fewer day by day. This ancient species has not evolved in the last 20 million years, making it one of the world's oldest creatures. Moving on to some other scary creatures, swamp people. These frightening swamp people can be discovered in France's Gulf of Morbihan, and this disturbing and creepy image has attracted many people's interest. As it turns out, these aren't ugly mummies. Rather than swamp creatures stuck in time, this is an interesting art show mimicking our strained relationship with nature. This display began with two unknown people, but new statues are being added to it. This is the last thing you'd expect to encounter whilst wandering next to a swamp, and you'd be right to be surprised. Stumbling upon these suffering figures and not knowing why they exist is one of the most intriguing and engaging art pieces we've seen in a long time. To make this art show even wilder, the color and textures of the Gothic figures vary with time as the organic landscape changes, which means viewers can not only visit the site, but also affect the region and return to find the sculptures completely changed. Moving ahead in the video, let's look at some hidden stuff deep down in the rivers under the sheet of ice. Finding a new body of water is usually considered a joyful discovery, but this time scientists are concerned about what they discovered in 2022. A team of Antarctic ice sheet researchers uncovered something underneath the frozen landscape. Scientists discovered a river that is longer than the Thames and drains into the Weddell Sea. This under-ice river was nearly undetected, but an aeroplane equipped with ice-piercing radar was able to see the entire system. This discovery is concerning melting glaciers. This could quickly boost sea levels by 14 feet worldwide. Furthermore, the river system's presence could speed up the melting of the Antarctic ice sheet. Scientists are currently examining how this underground river may affect developments in the Antarctic and around the world. Another terrifying creature found river is the East River Monster. On May 21, 2011, residents wandering along New York City's East River discovered the remains of a strange creature near the water. The 7-foot-long cadaver resembled no known animal. It was long like a serpent and scaly like a fish, but its head resembled that of a pit bull. It appeared to be a mishmash of creatures, and no one could figure out what it was. The bones were so perplexing that the deceased monster was dubbed as the East River Monster. The find instantly became a phenomenon, and it wasn't long before the photo of the animal went viral on social media, with each person having their crazy idea. Concerning the creature, numerous people stated that it was a deep-sea monster, while others believed that the remnants belonged to an alien organism. The speculations grew wilder and wilder until marine specialists declared that the creature was nothing out of the ordinary after inspecting the remnants. Experts were certain that the odd carcass belonged to a giant Atlantic sturgeon, but they argued that it was natural for people to misidentify the creature as a monster. After all, the Atlantic sturgeon is not just a beautiful sea monster, but also one of America's largest and most unusual freshwater fish. The mystery of the East River monster has been solved, yet many people believe that the remains discovered near the water that day belonged to a kelpie-like species. And here again comes a bizarre creature: vampires of water. Vampires have long been a part of our fabled history. But it turns out that humans aren't the only species with blood-sucking individuals hiding across the planet. The Amazon basin is home to a vampire fish that can grow 3 feet long. But the most startling aspect of these fish is that they have teeth so large they can't even close their gaping jaws. While they do not physically suck the blood from their victims, these fish are cannibalistic by nature and will consume pretty much everything they can get their fins on. This is the closest we have ever been to see a cruel fish vampire species. This terrifying fish is by no means a river world trophy, and its unsettling appearance will make anyone think twice about swimming someplace. They are prisoned in Peoria with average fangs of 6 inches, and having one of these fangfish bite down on our toes or fingers while swimming in a river may now be our worst nightmare. Now comes the last creature, the leech horrors. Leeches have always been one of those subconscious fears we have that we hope to never meet in the rivers. Our world is packed with a variety of nasty leeches that will suck their way into your worst nightmares. This terrifying leech grows up to 18 inches in size, and its favorite feed is the blood of its prey. It was assumed to be extinct for many years until it was unearthed in the Amazon basin. But this is one creature we would prefer to remain extinct. Everything about this massive leech screams underworld monster, and we can't help but note how extremely terrifying every part of its anatomy is of all the things that could be found lying in rivers and swamps. This is the last thing we want to come across. It's almost spooky how much of these ravenous leeches mimic monsters from the strangest places in the cosmos, and we just hope and pray that they stop growing. Water bodies are absolutely a bliss for mankind, but it comes with a lot of dangerous creatures as well. However, this concluded all the things and creatures that are discovered in rivers and swamps that shock the entire world. Anyway, this brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more such knowledgeable videos, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press that bell icon to never miss an update from us. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.